I know you worked in Crosby for a lot of your career and then left and then came back as superintendent. So when you first arrived in as superintendent, what did district look like then? What did you feel like were some of the struggles or areas that you might want to tackle first?
So there were common struggles with Crosby ISD and all other districts in the state of Texas and in the country, because when I started, we were in COVID.
Okay.
So it was spring break 2020 that never ended, right? And so then you have the 2021 school year, which was the first full year in COVID. And so I started in that year. And so it was, what do we do? That year, students didn't have to come to the campus the way we were doing it here in Texas. And so you had some students who were learning from home, some students who were learning in district. It was very, very different. That's when I started in April. And the first decisions were for next year, what are we going to do? Do we open the doors and require everyone to come back? The answer was yes. But then the next question is, how do we do that safely?
Sure.
So the head part of it, we all need to be in school to make sure we receive a quality education.
Mm-hmm.
The hard part of it was, I need everyone to feel safe back in the building after this worldwide pandemic. And so those were a few of the just odd things that we all were dealing with at that time. But Crosby ISD was also in a little different of a situation. We were in the middle of coming out of some financial difficulties that we had had a few years prior. And so we were on our way to coming out of that and recovery from that, change in leadership. And the community was still reeling from the financial difficulties, because the financial difficulties resulted in a layoff of 120 employees. Because that's your wife, that's your husband, that's your daughter, that's your son. I mean, the people who are losing their jobs, and the people who are losing their jobs are the people who have been teaching in our communities for, a good amount of time. And so what I learned was climate and culture is harder to rebound from than even financial difficulties. Previous superintendent put things in place for the financial issues and they were coming out, but the climate and culture was still reeling and was still challenged from those issues that had happened a few years back.
You transitioned in when there had been a lot of fear because of the COVID issue, right? So staff is afraid, parents, there's a lot of division over, be on campus, not be. I mean, I remember that for my own twin sons that were going into 8th grade at that point, and they wanted to be dropped off at the school whether it was open or not. But not everybody
Right.
felt that way, And so you've got fear, you've got trust issues that you're working on. How was the academic performance of the schools during that time?
That's one of the things that was really a blessing. And it's a reflection of our amazing kids and amazing educators and amazing parents. Throughout all of those challenges, our academics remained steady.
That's fantastic.
Now, right after COVID, when the state of Texas, the tests changed, the accountability changed, we saw a dip at that time. But from the financial difficulties and from the thick of COVID, academics remain the same.